Another interesting document that has now been released by The Guardian, originally from Edward Snowden, shows that lawyers actually told George W. Bush that he could not spy on Americans in the way he wanted to, and he did it anyway. This is a very interesting document. And the revelations come from a report which was written by the Office of the Inspector General at the NSA. And it's marked top secret. It was released by Edward Snowden. It's dated March 24th, 2009. What does it say? The document explains, the NSA started targeting communications between the U.S. and Afghanistan 3 days after 9/11/2001. Vice President Dick Cheney asked, could the NSA possibly be doing more? And NSA Director Michael Hayden said there's nothing else that can be done with existing NSA authorities. The NSA found the judicial review process required by FISA too cumbersome for the broad-ranging surveillance the agency believed was necessary. Instead of asking Congress to then amend FISA, President Bush said, taking the law into my own hands. And on October 4th, 2001, less than a month after 9/11, he signed an authorization, which was drafted by the attorneys by David Addington, who's an attorney for the vice president. And it purported to give the NSA broad authority to intercept telephone and internet communications if at least one party was located outside the U.S. What happened? The White House Office of Legal Counsel wrote an opinion, and they defended the legality of wiretapping based on George W. Bush's authorization. The White House refused requests by two NSA lawyers to see the document. They just didn't want to let anyone see the document. And the NSA Inspector General stated that it's strange that the NSA was told to execute a secret program that everyone knew presented legal questions without being told what's the legal justification for this? What is it? Then in March of 2004, the Office of Legal Counsel at the Department of Justice concluded that one part of this surveillance program was actually prohibited by the terms of FISA and Title III. Attorney General John Ashcroft and his deputies resisted White House pressure to sign off on the program. In other words, the White House was still pressuring John Ashcroft to sign off on it. John Ashcroft didn't want to sign off on it. And instead of shutting down that aspect of the program, remember, this is not the whole program. It is one aspect of this program. George W. Bush had the White House counsel sign an authorization form instead of the Attorney General. This has never been challenged in court. There have been concerns raised from company lawyers, Department of Justice lawyers, the FISC itself, and all of these suggest that these Bush-era spying programs were on shaky legal ground, that everybody knew it. And when I read the overview and I say, John Ashcroft, not a liberal by any means, didn't want to sign off on this invasion of privacy, that's a red flag to me. If even John Ashcroft doesn't want to go along with George W. Bush here.
Yeah, well, we can talk about a lot about the different decisions Bush made that were on shaky legal ground.
Right.
But when you're the president, I mean, let's face it, you've got a pretty big head, right?
Certainly.
And you essentially are untouchable unless you're committing infidelity in the Oval Office or doing something as stupid as that.
Some people say that this was really unitary executive theory, which is a theory of American constitutional law, which says the president controls the entire executive branch. And it's obviously not something that there is consensus about. Many people would disagree with that. That's why it's called a one of many theories. And maybe that's what Lewis is getting at, Natan, that the president just decided, I'm just going to do it because I'm the president.
Yeah, and I think that's wrong. I think it's the wrong theory to use, and I think that the rule of law should always be followed, especially by your own attorney general. Having said that, you can also understand that in the immediate years after 9/11, there was a new global situation going on. There were new technologies, including drones. And you can understand that someone in the president's position would be hesitant not to do something that they thought would lead to more safety.
Certainly, but that wouldn't change the legality of it.
No, but he still had some legal advisors telling him that he should do this anyway.
That's
and
the other thing.
All of his security advisors.
He didn't do this in a vacuum. He went against the advice that, we don't really think this is legal. Let's do it anyway.
Yeah.